Hello, everybody, and welcome to another stream of yours truly. Tabletop review by yours truly, Tabletop Junkie. Sorry, I'm just a little backwards there. I've been trying to jump in this since like one to like 10. Um, just got tied up, talking to some, had to take a very important phone call unexpectedly. But I'm here now, and now we are here to do the Castles and Crusades Adventurous Spellbook, which is listed as a first printing. So we might get more. We're probably going to see another one, a second printing here very shortly. Just given today's problems with everything, so we'll just But the first printing will still hold as true as the second printing. That is the biggest. I feel like that is the biggest pride of Troller Games is like, oh, just because they brought out a new printing does not mean that your first printing is not, that your previous printing is not as good as your last printing or your next printing. So, it all still holds true. And they did say in a video on Twitch, I recommend you guys checking it out. They did say that there's a player that they have personally, because they game with their own game. They game, and they said that there's still a person who brings their first printing book, and they use that. And it still holds all true. It's just that's what I love about Troller Games. They don't make new editions. They make just new printings where they might change something, and the changes are, say it with me, everybody, minor. So minor, I love it because one of them kind of backed me up without realizing they did, because I mentioned in one of my previous streams that their changes are so minor, it's trivial. You know, the word like a period might be changed or something like that. And actually, one of them mentioned that on one of the streams without knowing, saying, "Oh, I made some changes among 9 pages, but unless you look for them, you're not going to find them." So I like that because that just backs up everything that I've been doing for, review wise for them. I love Troll Lord games. I'm a big supporter. I'm going to continue to support, and I'm going to continue to buy their books. I'm going back through and buying books for my, I've got kids that I'm buying books for. Even though I have books, they have their own books. I have spent close to $1,000. Now, I'm going to say this right now. A lot of those were rebuys. I bought multiple copies of each book for my kids so they can have their own books. So yeah, um, not everything's necessary, but I do it. So I have spent a ton of money with Troll Lord games, and I'm gonna continue because that is my new. When it comes to high fantasy type game, that's it right there. I mean, it's gonna happen. Hang on one second. Okay. Sorry, I just saw something fly in front of my face, and I'm like, yeah, no, just took care of that. Um, so I'm gonna continue because this is my new thing now. So I like it, and I'm gonna continue with Castles and Crusades. I've got players that love it. I've got I think I've got 3 groups of Castles and Crusades. Uh, I already did I already had a group for Call of Cthulhu. I've got a couple now. My Call of Cthulhu group has died down a little bit. We're more into right now zombie type games, more realistic kind of stuff. So we'll be getting, but we definitely do have Castle Crusades, and I definitely have a group for Cyberpunk now going, and then I got another group going. So I mean, I'm just gaming it up out there, people. So all right, let's get on with this review instead of what I'm doing, because this stream is not about what I'm doing; it's about what I'm reviewing. So Adventurer's Backpack. Well, let me tell you guys something about the Adventurer's Backpack. Okay, so it does start off with like the first, oh, I don't know, 30 something pages. Uh, Actually, no, I'm gonna correct myself on that. So it does start off with the first 30 pages, so on, of telling you a bit about magic, arcane, and divine, and it talks about cleric spells, druid spells being divine, wizard spells, and illusionist spells being arcane. And then it lists the spells under them, so they do have new spell lists. Uh, Cleric, they do give new spells for cleric from anywhere from 0 level all the way up. I think they go all the way to 9th level for them all. and I'm gonna check that out because I'm going through it right now. There's not really a lot of art to show off, so I will start showing off some art a little bit later. Yes, they give you a list of, I think they give you a list of new spells on top of some old ones. Don't quote me on that because it might be new. Some of these spells are way different than the ones you see in the other previous books. So, gives you a bunch of spells for each class that I just talked about: cleric, druid, wizard, and illusionist, and it goes all the way up to 9th level spells. So nice spell list. And then the next 100 pages is nothing but the spell descriptions that you can't pick up anywhere else. So yes, this book does give a good addition and flavor to Magic. And it does give, but see, it gives new additions and flavor to arcane and divine type Magic. Now, going from there, we're going to talk about the next thing that this book actually hands out. Runic Magic talks about the different types of runic magic, such as the runes of the initiate. Then it moves into winter runes, shadow runes, dragon runes, color runes, dream runes, bone runes, and Erdian runes. What? Yes, and that extends for good grief, like almost 100 pages. And it gives a description of each. It talks about it. No, I'm not going to sit here and share too much on that because this book, they do need to make money, and I'm not going to be spoiling anything for you guys. You guys got to go on and check it out for yourselves. But it does give all different types of runes. And like I said, if there's any art, I will share some art to maybe get you guys hooked. But I'm not going to go into too much because this does give a lot of information on that, and the information is fairly vast. So I do have to state that. Fairly vast. And by fairly vast, it's got a lot of information in there, even on each individual runes. It does give you a small description on what each category runes does, and then it goes into the runes itself. So you have a lot of information here to sort through. And then you got chromatic magic, because in one of the previous books, there's something called a chromatic mage. And I believe this one actually goes into the chromatic mage a little bit further. And it starts talking about the difference of the chromatic abilities. And chromatic means it actually has spells by color. So like orange is for abjuration, counter durations yellow, divination is white. I actually like this. Evocation is blue, enchantment is green, because you can like make crystals, or you can make something out of this where you use like crystals to determine what type of spell magic crystal that is. Oh, this is a red crystal, so it holds some type of power over illusion magic. Or it's a black crystal. This holds some kind of power over black magic. So on and so forth. This gives you the ability to use chromatic colors and to bring out the chromatic mage a bit more. And then that goes on for a fair amount of decent pages. I think like over 30 pages as well. And then you also get your chromatic, because you get into the chromatic mage plus their spells per day. It's like a brand new set of spells and everything. It's awesome to go through. I like it. It just talks about so much. So I do recommend checking this out. This book is highly recommended. For the price, it is well worth what you pay for. I bought both once again, I'm going to share the physical and the digital prices on that. And then you got spellbooks. How spellbooks, what kind of spellbooks you could use. They have some made up spellbooks, books 1 through 10, where they have spells in it that range from 1st to 3rd level. Some that go beyond 4th level. They just go all the way up, and they go all the way up. They've got a huge list of that. That extends for a good number of pages as well before you reach the end there. So, and there's even books that start around 5th level and go all the way up to 9th level. So, this book is definitely a must buy. Let me get the prices for you real quick. So the price, so I will be having this in a link, and it will be for the print and digital. If you want to do the print and digital, it is $39.99. If you want to do the print only, it's $29.99, and if you do the digital only, it is $19.99. You actually save, I think, let's see, 30 plus 20, that's 50, and then if you do the print plus digital, it's like 40, so you save like $10 by getting the combo. Hang on one second, I do apologize. I gotta fight in a freaking cold here. I do apologize. My nose was a little bit runny. So, yep, and I will definitely have that in my description as well of this video afterwards. So, and I will share the print and digital, but like I said, you can go through and check it out for yourself to see which one you want. I do the combos because they offer the combos, and I like the combos. I think they're a great deal. So, all right, everybody. I think that's everything that I have for today for this review. Definitely, when it comes to Adventure Spellbook, it's definitely a must-buy. It does add a lot of new spells to your world, stuff that you can share with your players, and stuff that players can share with the GMs. So all the way around, it's definitely worth the buy. Definitely highly recommended. So, all right, well, that's everything I have for today. I just want to tell everyone to thank you for tuning in. Sorry I was a bit late. Then my 10 o'clock, I was like 20 minutes late. I do apologize. I had things that came up. But I made it here. I did the review, so the review is done. Hopefully we'll see some more Castles Crusades books coming out, and I will be continuing doing reviews on those as I get them. So, well, that's everything I have for at this time. So I want to let everyone know to work hard, play hard, game on, everybody. My famous Tabletop Junkie salute. Have a great and wonderful day.